What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Watchman on the Wall YouTube channel. My name is Jason. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up and even a share, maybe, or even subscribe and click that bell up there and get you notifications of when I come on here. The other day I made a video. We was talking about volcanoes and all the things that are happening with signs of Christ's return. And now today we see lawlessness, which lawlessness in the last days will abound. The hearts of men will wax cold. And we're seeing crime rate up, like 39% increase. We are seeing violence more. We are seeing shoplifting more. I posted a TikTok video earlier about shoplifting and how much it's affecting businesses right now, which the long range, if they keep doing this, taking more and more, the businesses are actually going to raise prices, which prices are skyrocketing right now because of the failing economy. And it's going to affect prices even more. The more the goods are stolen, the more the goods go up in price because they're not making any money on it. Even if it's a couple of bags of potato chips, they're going to raise prices before long because they've lost that merchandise. And we're the ones that have to pay for it because of lawlessness that's, did these things. It's crazy, but these are all things that's going to start happening and going to start increasing. I did a live last night on TikTok, and we talked about all these different things that's, playing out in the Bible timeline, God's timeline, and how things are going to fall in order, with persecution of the church. Now the new Defense Marriage Act has been replaced now by this new Marriage Act. There's no religious exemption at all now for any kind of religious aspect of it. They try to put 3 different ones in there to help with the religious aspect of it. They all got taken out. So now it's, we're going into a different kind of marriage act. You've got, talk about power grid failure. North Carolina had some power outages because somebody shot the power station up. Seattle, Washington, I believe, was the other area. Oklahoma, South Carolina, they attacked the dam down there to try to shut power off. And they actually seen the individual, and yelled at him, and he left. They have not arrested him. And in France this morning, I seen that they had power outages for several hours. I don't know if they're still out of power over there or not, but a lot of people think the elite are doing this. A lot of people think this. There's a lot of conspiracy theories over this stuff. But it don't matter what is going on with it. It's a lot of the things are going to start coming, and a lot of things are going to start playing out that we have not ever seen in, my generation and maybe your generation. I'm 50 years old, so I've seen a lot over my years. Some of you might be older, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years old. You've seen a lot more stuff. Like my grandparents, they went through the Depression, all that. There's going to be things coming down the pipeline that are going to blow our minds. They're going to be so far out there, we would have not ever thought about these stuff happening. And it's going to get to the point to where we're like, what in the world? What has happened with America? What has happened with this world? It's went crazy. We're kind of there right now, but it's going to get a lot worse. You're going to have I talked about this on my live last night on TikTok. Lawlessness is going to abound. Violence is going to abound. Population control, population explosion. See, they're trying to control the population and decrease the population. And the Bible talks about a population explosion. And you look right now, we're at a record all-time high on the population on the earth. That's like 8 trillion, I think. I might be wrong on that, but it's an all-time high. Artificial intelligence, increase in knowledge. We have Neuralink coming about right now with this Elon Musk stuff. The digital currency, they're going to roll out this digital currency. The Fed coin trial for a 12-week trial starting in January, I believe it is. And they're going to see how it goes and see, it's like I said last night, they cast a line out there and they reel you in real slow, and then they hook you in the mouth and they caught you. And it's all a precursor setting up. Just like this thing you took in your arm, whoever did, I refuse to do any of that nonsense. But if you did, that's all right. That's your opinion. That's your free will to do that. But the farther we go, they're going to set up all these other systems. There's going to be the banking system's going to change. It's all going to be backed by the central bank. You're going to have all these different things happening in the world. It's going to be cashless society. Here at the big university by me, it's already cashless at all the football games, the basketball games. no cash. It's all digital. All the concessions are digital. The tickets are digital. I talked to another individual last night. He said out at a couple of other universities out west, they're all digital now. So they roll this out slowly around the nation, and then they unveil it totally. And the dollar will be gone. Paper money will be gone. It'll be just like Confederate money. It'll be worthless. And, we'll be into a digital world. China's already into a digital world. They use digital money all the time. Your money will be on your phone. It'll be, they're talking like a card. It's going to be like a digital card, a Fed card. Eventually it'll be a mark, and that's the precursor down the road. All these are precursors to what the mark of the beast is going to be in the tribulation time. Now, this is after the church is gone. Yes, I'm a pre-trib person. After the church is gone is when all this stuff's going to come about. You're going to have the Antichrist set up his system. He's going to put a mark, his name or number, on your right hand or your forehead. And you can't buy, you can't sell, you can't swap, you can't trade, you can't do nothing without that mark. If you don't take the mark, you're die. It's beheading. Most of the time, it's going to be beheading. It's going to be an awful, awful time, a time that the world has never seen. And these are all conditioning. They condition people with everything. Just like a fisherman trying to reel a fish in. You do it little by little, and then finally you hook him. If you take breadcrumbs, throw it in the lake every night, and the fish get used to breadcrumbs, one of these times you're going to put a hook on it, and you're going to catch you a fish. So that's what they're doing with people. And you'll have people line up for this stuff. You see what's going on today with people lining up for certain things. And it's going to be a lot worse in the future, because when you start messing with people's money, the old saying is you hit them in the pocketbook and, they'll come around. And that's the truth. That's with business. That's with your personal finances even. So can you imagine in that time frame of the tribulation, I'm not talking today, in the tribulation, the 7-year tribulation, when that mark is unveiled during the Great Tribulation, and people line up to take this thing because they don't want to, I've got to go to work today, or I got to go buy food for myself, I'm hungry or whatever. They're going to do it because they want to do it, and they're going to be, I don't want to give up what I have. And see, that's what the problem is today. A lot of people won't give up anything. They don't want to give up the lifestyle they live, even though it compromises morality and values. And that's another thing. Those are gone out the window these days. Morality and values, they're probably at an all-time low. They're probably like 10% or less, And back in the 70s, and even but clear back into the 30s, or even the 20s, morality and values were way up there. That was a high standard of values, morality. You don't see none of this stuff that you see today. But, the more we go forward, the more God's timeline moves, is the more you're going to see things pop up that we've never, ever thought we'd see in our life. We never thought we'd be on a cell phone recording videos or doing lives on a cell phone or an iPad, or doing face-to-face conversations. We never thought we'd see self-driving cars. We've seen them in movies, like Back to the Future and stuff like that. But we never thought about that kind of stuff, and putting neuro links in people's heads and doing digital currency where you pay with a phone or pay like with Amazon at the Whole Foods. You wave your hand like with the Amazon One, I think it is. You wave your palm over it and it pays for your food. These are all things that are coming to pass and all things that are changing in our society today. And, don't be freaked out by this stuff because it's supposed to happen. But if you don't know who Jesus is, that's when you have a problem. Because if you die in sin, then the wages of sin is death. So, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm just laying out the truth of everything that's going to be coming around the road here. So just be prepared for that. And take time every day and pray and put your focus on God, because that's what you got to keep your focus on. But anyway, that's what I had to say today. We're going to go over a few end time things. We're going to get more into the book of Revelation, more than we ever have, that I have ever have, pretty much advanced wise. But the more I get into this, but right now I'm just kind of breaking down hit and miss pieces of certain things that's going on in society today. But with that being said, if you would give me a thumbs up, give me a share. I thank you if you give me a subscribe to me. I really appreciate it. And you guys have a good day, and take care.